What's up, everybody? My name's Parasite. Welcome back to Schoolboy to Superstar with Borussia Dortmund. Today we have Dinamo Zagreb in the Champions League group stage. Things are going pretty well. If you see the league, we're 5 points clear of Hertha. Bayern Munich are 12 points off the pace after 10 games of the season. I feel like age has finally caught up to Bayern. Their superstars, Lewandowski and Muller, have aged out. They're no longer good, and they haven't replaced them appropriately. So they're struggling this season. They're in 7th place in the Bundesliga through 10 games. That's not good. They obviously have a lot of time to catch back up, but I don't know. I just feel like they haven't replaced these players appropriately. Like this guy that started against me at striker last game was just not a Bayern Munich quality striker. So they've done a poor job. We've not done a poor job. We are 5 points clear, way better goal difference, and things are going pretty well in the Champions League as well. Things are going especially well for Youssoufa Moukoko. He is dominating. We might have a new Ballon d'Or winner because Erling Haaland has not played well. He's obviously missed a portion of the season, which is going to hurt him in the Ballon d'Or, but when he's been back and when he's started, he has 3 goals in 2 months, and 2 of them are penalties. He has scored 1 open play goal in 2 months. He has been bad. He's just been straight bad. But fortunately, we're still winning games because Youssoufa Moukoko has stepped up and become the new Haaland. He might be the new Ballon d'Or winner this season because he is scoring for fun. 7.77 average rating, 24 goals, 17 goals in 10 league appearances, and 24 goals in 15 total appearances. He's got 5 and 3 in the Champions League, 2 and 2 in the Cup. He's scoring internationally. He's already almost caught up to his last year's total goal scoring. He had 24 goals last year. He's 7 away. We're 10 games in. He's going to destroy that number. I think Youssouf is going to win the Ballon d'Or this year. He's 19 years old, and he might win the Ballon d'Or this year. He's amazing. He's gone up to 18 acceleration. Fast, strong, composed, good technically. Can do everything. Can dribble, can shoot, can have a good first touch, can pass now. Up to 14 passing. Is a decent passer. Works hard, good technique, right off the ball. He has everything. He is just ridiculously good. So if we look at the schedule, since I last saw you for the Olympiacos match, it started off pretty disappointing. A 1-1 draw with Leipzig. We weren't very good. Again, Sancho and Haaland came off the bench. They didn't do anything and scored this. It was 6-0. It was 1-0 from the 6th minute, thanks to Briel and Bolo. It took us 71 minutes to find a goal. And of course, it's Youssoufa Moukoko stepping up with it, but we just weren't very good. We then played Bayern and dominated them 3-0. Haaland played and was terrible. Sancho played and was okay. This is the game that they both started to play again. I guess it hasn't been a full month for Haaland. It's been about a month and a half or so. But still, it's not good enough. Moukoko getting a brace in this game. Namdi with the goal. Then Barcelona, 5-1 against Barcelona. Best match so far of the season. A huge 5-1 win. Moukoko with a brace. Sancho with the goal. Haaland getting one of his penalties. And Reina scoring a goal. They actually equalized in the 4th minute, but then we just went and destroyed them. We were 4-1 up in the first half. Moukoko scoring late to make it 5. I have to show you Jadon Sancho's goal because it is crazy. It is a ridiculous goal. I mean, it's not the best goal ever just because it was an open net, but the technique, the placement, you'll just have to watch yourself. The goalkeeper clears it all the way to Jadon Sancho. See, Nets goes for a shot. It ends up, or a pass, I guess. Goes to Ter Stegen. Goes to clear it. Sancho, look at the whip on that. Look at the whip on that. I want to watch that again. Watch this again. Nets goes for a pass. Instead of just catching it, Ter Stegen goes to clear it to Sancho. The whip from that far out. Beautiful goal. If that's not goal of the season, I don't know what could be. We then played Leverkusen and played well again, a 4-0. Of course, they had a sending off in the 11th minute, but we still struggled to score. We didn't score in the entire first half. We just came out in the second half and played well. Sancho with a goal. He's been okay since coming back from injury. Zagadou with a couple. Moukoko, of course. I think he's got a goal in like every single game. Yep, scores in this one against Schalke as well. We were not very good in this game. It took us to the 82nd minute. We scored in the 21st and we're leading for most of the game. Then they scored in the 81st, but we immediately equalized in the 82nd minute. to give us the lead, 2-1, and we just weren't very good. If we look at the match stats, we just weren't that good. We were worse than Schalke, even though we had 11 shots to their 4. They had a higher XG than we did. It was one of the worst games I've ever seen this team play. Then we had Dinamo Zagreb. We played them pretty well, a 4-2. Moukoko getting a hat trick. Haaland getting another one of his penalties. So it took him a while to score an open play goal. Even in this Gladbach game, he didn't score. Moukoko with another brace. Alcaraz with a goal. Again, we weren't very good defensively. We allowed 2 goals. We allowed 4 or 5 goals in 3 games. And then we allowed 5 goals. The most ridiculous game of the season so far. A 5-5 with Augsburg. I'm pretty sure neither team had 2 XG. We had over 2. We had just over 2 XG. They didn't have 2 XG. And we scored 10 goals between us. It was ridiculous. Everything they shot was going in. Everything. Until it came to the penalty shootout, which they missed their first 2. Moukoko actually missing the 1 penalty for us, but we scored with 4 others. We went through on a penalty shootout. Moukoko getting a brace in this game. Haaland finally getting his goal in this Augsburg game. Finally a goal from open play, but it wasn't even a high-quality goal. It was just a deflection that went right to him. He basically placed into an empty net. I don't know. That injury might have broke Haaland. Hopefully he can figure it out here in the next couple months, but he's not been the same player. He's averaging like a 6.5 in his last 10 matches. Not great. We then played Wolfsburg and beat them 2-0. Haaland getting another one of his penalties. So do you think he scored 3? I guess he scored 3 goals, or 4 goals. 3 penalties and 1 open play goal. Moukoko getting a goal in the 36th minute. Again, we weren't very good, but we got the goals when it mattered. We got 2 goals in the first half. Kind of coasted the rest of the way. I don't know. This team hasn't looked like itself in the last 4 games. 5 games even. It hasn't looked like itself. We're not dominating teams like we used to. It's a lot closer. I mean, 2-score game, 1-score game, 1-score game, tie game, and then a 2-score game. Usually we're smashing teams 4-0, 5-0, even 8-0. We've done that before. Like, this just hasn't looked like the same team. And I think it's just because of Erling Haaland. We rely so much on him. We've had other injuries too. Camavinga's injured, which definitely hurts. But Reyna's injured, which hurts a lot. Reyna missed quite a bit of time. We'll see when he last played. He was out for that game. This game against Schalke is when he got injured. So he's missed, 4 games? 4 games. He'll be back soon. I think he'll be back for the Eintracht game. But he's going to be out for this Zagreb game. So the squad we've got for this Zagreb game is Van de Voort in goal, Nes Papetti, Collins, Calafiori. Eichinger is going to get the start at defensive midfielder because every time I've let Delaney play, he's been terrible. So I'm playing Eichinger. He might be young, but he's better than Thomas Delaney. Delaney, I feel like, has also hit a cliff and fallen off it. Same for Meunier. He has not played well, really, when given the opportunity. So, I mean, Thomas Delaney, it looks pretty decent with a 7.1. That's because he had 1 good game. Other than that, he's just not played well. 6.5. This must be in the Bundesliga, or in the second division, because he's playing for the Bundesliga, or the Dortmund 2. That has to be for Dortmund 2, because he's not played that well for us. He played well against Wolfsburg, and then 6.5. Didn't really play much. 6.8, 6.9. He started off decently well at the start of... that was in the preseason. I guess he hasn't really played a lot. Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit, but it seems like every time I've seen him play, he's just been bad. So Eichinger's going to get the start. Bellingham and Nico in the midfield. Nico, there's currently a rumor out there that we might be selling Nico for $126 million. That is how much this guy is valued at right now. He's valued at 77. His going price is supposedly $126 million. He's our backup central midfielder. This team is stacked. Sancho, Haaland, Moukoko up top. Hopefully Haaland figures it out this game. I don't know. Maybe Moukoko just carry him the rest of the season. We'll see. This is the home match against Dinamo Zagreb. I'm optimistic. If we can play like Borussia Dortmund, we should smoke this team. I'm going to say we could secure qualification to a first round for the first round knockout with a win, so I'm expecting you to deliver here. Be expectant of them. They've not been playing well. Tell them you have faith in them. Tell them what you expect from them. Giving them your expectations that you should be winning matches like these comfortably to send you to the first knockout round. We'll still have to beat Barcelona probably to get the first seed, but this could see us through to the first knockout. I think it depends on other teams losing. I'm not sure exactly. I didn't look at the situations. I didn't think we'd be able to qualify this early, but apparently How important will Namdi Collins be to Dortmund today? Of course, he's very important. He's an outstanding player. Namdi Collins has been great this year. Scored a few goals. How are you approaching the task of keeping the Champions League leading goal scorers? What? Dinamo Zagreb are the Champions League leading goal scorers? I'm going to have to go back and look at their schedule because I don't know if I believe that. I've noticed the boys have been particularly confident ahead of this one, and I share their optimism. It's over to them now. Once we see their lineup, I want to see what their schedule's been like, because that's ridiculous. They've got a few decent names in there. Martinez, Bankovic, Caldara, Luca Bacchio, Bilo in goal. Let's look at Dinamo Zagreb's schedule, because what have they been doing? They lost 3-0 to Barcelona. I guess it's because they played all these play-in games. That's why. Because they had all these first qualifying, second qualifying, third qualifying, playoffs. They had all those matches. That's why they have all those goals. Because they've not been scoring in the group stage that much. 2-2 with Olympiacos. 4-2 loss. And they've got us again. So, yeah. It's the entirety of the Champions League. That makes more sense. I wasn't thinking about that. But, yeah, that makes sense. So, I think we're a better team. Obviously, we're a better team. Sobel had an amazing free kick against us last time. He's their left back. From the edge of the area is a good placement to have a free kick, but it was perfectly into the top corner. There was nothing Van de Voort could do about it. Hopefully we don't see any more of those, because that's how they beat us. They beat us from set piece plays, they beat us from corners, they beat us from crosses in. They scored a cross. Their 2 goals were a cross and a free kick. I think we're good enough to hold them out through normal play, but you let them get crosses in, they'll always have a chance of winning one of them. You allow them to get corners in, they're going to probably score one of them. You allow them to get easy, perfectly placed free kicks. They've obviously got a big free kick taker in Sobel. As Caprari's through on goal, but Van de Voort with a fairly comfortable catch. 13 minutes in. We haven't seen anything from us, even though we have all the chances so far. 5 shots, 2 on target. We haven't seen any of them. We've just seen Dynamo's 1 shot. Hopefully this is going to be our chance. A free kick from Sancho. Looking for Nico, but it gets headed out. But I think that was Bankovic. You're never going to beat Bankovic in the air. That dude's huge. I don't know how they have him, because he's really good. Pretty sure he's at Leicester. I feel like he should be able to start for Leicester. I've always rated Bankovic. He's a big guy with decent athleticism. Really big. Really good in the air. Nets putting a ball into Bellingham's in a lot of space. He's never going to beat Bilo from that angle, but nearly on the second chance. Bilo didn't quite catch it the first time. We had a couple men there ready to pounce on it, but they couldn't quite get there before Bilo was able to pick it up. Holland, come on, Holland. I need to see something from you today. Into Sancho. Even if it's just assists, I'll take it, because he's not been doing anything. He's not been getting assists. He's not been scoring goals. He's not been getting good ratings. He's had a couple decent ratings just because he scored penalties. But I don't give him a lot of credit for that. Obviously, penalties, just be able to score them, requires skill, requires ability. But, I could probably score a penalty against, I don't know. I might not go that far. Against, a Champions League quality goalkeeper. I don't know if I'd go that far, but he should be able to score against these kind of goalkeepers. Bundesliga quality, Champions League quality. I would expect any of my strikers or attacking midfielders to be able to score in those situations. So I'm not going to give him a whole lot of credit for scoring a penalty. I want to see open play goals. That's where he's dominated before. He's won the Ballon d'Or 3 straight years. Every year of this save, Erling Haaland has won the Ballon d'Or. As we go into halftime, 0-0 with 14 shots to 1. We are dominating the match. We're just not scoring goals. Haaland, again, not playing well. Mukoko not playing well. Sancho and Nico doing all right. Nico, he's probably... Do I start, when Rain is back, do I start Nico over Bellingham? Bellingham has had another off season. He was really good last year, scored quite a few goals. This season, he's done nothing. He's had a few decent games, but he's not impressed me at all. So I have to consider starting Nico, because when he's given time, he does well with his opportunity. I'm not happy. Definitely not happy. Can't be 0-0 at halftime at home against Dinamo Zagreb with all those chances. You have to score some of those. Because they have a chance to score a goal here. Hahn with a nice interception. If he can do things right here, he's going to go for the early shot in Erling Haaland. Maybe he's back. That is an Erling Haaland goal. That is the kind of goal I expect from one of the best strikers, if not the best striker in the world. I was considering that Mukoko might be the new best striker in the world. Holland doesn't want to give that up easy. A nice finish there. Nice interception. Nice little run. Maybe he just needed a little bit of time. We'll see. See how he plays the rest of the match. Currently on a 7.7. Mukoko not really stepping up. He's been stepping up in every game, it seems like. He's scored in almost every single game since the Olympiacos match. He might have scored every single game. I didn't look to count. I didn't think to count, but he might have scored in every single game. We're going to the 70th minute with still only the one goal from 21 shots. Calafiore's tired, but he's playing well. I trust. He's on a yellow. I trust Guerrero. Let's bring Guerrero in. Bellingham might be coming off. 78th minute here. I'm going to take off Bellingham. Going to bring on Emre Can. Chan just coming back from injury not very long ago because he had that 2-month injury that he's come back from now, the hip injury. Are we not going to score another goal? It's the 89th minute. We're 1-0 up. This is not good enough. Holland tired and on a yellow. Sancho tired. Like, everyone that's tired is playing well. Except for Collins. Collins is not playing well. Not a great game for him. He seems a little inconsistent. Mukoko not playing well. I don't really have a sub for Nico. We only have one midfielder on the bench. I mean, we've got Delaney, but I don't really trust him or Eichinger in center midfield. Definitely not as a Mazzala. I think I'll take Sancho off. He's played well, but give Ray and Cherky to run out. I think that's all three subs, right? Delaney, or Guerrero, Emre Can, Cherky. Let's start time wasting. Kind of disappointing we have to time waste against Dinamo Zagreb. Tell the team to focus. They haven't done anything this match, but we did not do well enough with the chances we were given. That many shots. 23 shots, 15 on target. Only scoring one goal is unacceptable. 2.15 XG. Probably should have scored more than 2 goals, just because of who we have at striker. We should be scoring above our XG in every single game, just because we have Erling Haaland and Yusufa Mukoko as our 2 strikers. And Jadon Sancho on the right wing is another attacker that's very good. I mean, it was a dominant match, but not dominant enough. Not dominant on the scoreboard. We got the win, but I don't know. I like to win with style. I like to win emphatically. That's not what we're doing recently. I'm going to say that's a bit of a let-off. You weren't good enough. A better team beats you on this day. They could have the same amount of shots. A better team would beat you on this same if they play the same game again. So we have secured the next round of the Champions League. We will have to play Barcelona probably for the final game of the group stage to determine who goes through. Unless they have a shock loss to Dinamo Zagreb, which I don't expect. Zagreb and Olympiacos' only points have been against each other. So, yeah, we beat them one time, Barcelona that is. We'll probably need to beat them again. That will be the next episode as well. I'm going to skip over this Olympiacos game. I'm going to go to the last game of the Champions League group stage against Barcelona. The DFB Pokal, we've been drawn against Cologne in the 3rd round, so we've not gotten very lucky with our draws in the DFB Pokal. We could have gotten like a 3rd Bundesliga level team for the 2nd round, and we got one of the best teams in the Bundesliga in Augsburg. And then Cologne are like 8th place, so they're not a bad team either. But Olympiacos, we need to win that match. If we're going to win... Actually, we don't necessarily need to win it, do we? We're currently 3 points clear. So if we drop points against Olympiacos, a win against Barcelona would still put us top of the group. But I want to win against Olympiacos, so a draw would get us through top of the group. That's what I want to do. I want to have a win or draw against Barcelona being all I needed, because it's away from home. We're not playing very well. Maybe we'll pick up form between now and then, but right now we're not playing well. We'll see. It's going to take time. Han might take a little bit to get back to his form, get back to how he's been this entire save. But, I mean, we don't have a lot of time. That's going to be the end of the episode. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.